So what determines when to go full-time on YouTube in an African context? That is the question that I got not so long ago, which got me thinking because this is actually a very good question. If you are living in Africa, what determines you to be a full-time YouTuber or full-time content creator, whether on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok? So I had to think about this one just a little bit longer, and I came to the realization that if you are earning in dollars living in Africa, well, your life can get a little bit easier depending as well where in Africa do you live, because some African countries, they are quite expensive. The standard of living or the quality of life can be quite expensive. And some African countries, the standard of life or the quality of life can be a whole lot cheaper. And if you are earning in dollars, well, that's good for you because you understand that you are never going to go hungry. Of course, all depending on you adhering to the rules, regulations, and community guidelines of the platforms that you are making money on. So let's talk about the African context. As we already know that many African countries, they do struggle with poverty. Others are struggling with unemployment, like in South Africa. About 33.5% of South Africans are unemployed, and therefore some of them are depending on social media platforms by creating content so that they can get brands to approach them or collaborate with brands that they've approached, and then they make a living out of that. Some are also starting their own YouTube channels because they've come to discover that actually I can be self-employed, become my own boss by having my own YouTube channel. And let's talk about those, especially those that are unemployed and living at home. So that means that you don't necessarily have to spend much money to leave your house, like a person who has a 9 to 5, who has to worry about transport, gas, and maintenance of their vehicles, or whatever the case might be, which also may also include lunch and all of this other stuff that involves you being a person that is in full-time employment in a company. Now you are sitting at home, you have yourself your cell phone with a camera, and you are creating content, maybe YouTube videos or TikTok videos or Instagram content, and you are growing. Now, where I would think that what would determine you being a full-time content creator, it is where you have to look at your economic currency or your country's currency. South Africa uses the rand, and some parts of Africa, they use shillings. Nigeria uses naira, etc., and so on. So you have to determine your country's currency against the US dollar. In South Africa, I believe currently $1 it equals to 17 rand 33 cents or something like that. Now imagine you are a full-time content creator and you are making somewhere between $500 to about $1,000. I would say that is full-time employment or full-time content creation on YouTube. Let me explain. So if you are making $500, remember you are staying at home, you're unemployed, and you are making money on YouTube, and possibly every month you are making $500. $500 equals around 8,900 and so on rand. I stand corrected there. So that money, I believe, it's enough for you to contribute into the household. Probably you take that 8,000 rand and set aside 900 rand just to save it or put it in your savings account. Let's work with 8,000 rand. You are unemployed, you are living at home. Let's take that 8,000 rand and then you look at your household. Sometimes the household is big, sometimes the household is medium, sometimes the household is small. Depending on how many people that live in your household will determine how you stretch this 8,000 rand. So now I would say that take this 8,000 rand, half of it, put it into the household contribution, probably for groceries, for electricity, water, as well as possibly I don't know, whatever that you guys do in your respective families when it comes to putting the when it comes to the well-being of the family. And then the 4,000 rand that you are left with, that is where you invested into your YouTube channel, because it's always important for you as a content creator on YouTube or any platform for that matter to invest in that platform. What do I mean by that? that you have plugins, like if you have an SEO tool like TubeBuddy or vidIQ, all these companies and products that I'm going to be mentioning, I am not sponsored, no paid to mention them. I'm just giving you guys tips on how you can actually stretch that money into a full-time content creation for now, because I know at some point you are going to grow and make more than $500. Let's continue with that. So you take you pay for your plugins. That also includes your Wi-Fi, your SEO tools, probably your editing tool as well. You do pay for Canva if you are paying for Canva using the paid version of it, or whatever else that your channel may also need. Maybe improving your ring lights, maybe improving or getting a microphone for your videos, etc., and so on. And then do not forget whatsoever that you do. Spoil yourself, not too much money. Take 500 rand out of that 4,000 rand and just spoil yourself. In South Africa, most communities, like the townships, if you're living in the townships, there are malls and there are also shopping centers. And sometimes it does not take you to hop onto any transportation to get there. Sometimes it does. And when it does, it's not like a long distance where it's going to cost you any more than 50 rand to go to get there, especially if you are going to take something like an Uber or a Bolt or even a local taxi, and just go spoil yourself, because you deserve it. You've been working really, really hard. I mean, YouTube is not the easiest platform to make money. Number one, when you start off, you still have to still have to accomplish your 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And that could take you months, if not years, to get that. All that hard work, you do deserve that me time, that time where you spoil yourself and taking care of yourself. If you're a lady, go do your nails, get some facial, and buy some beautiful stuff. So most of these things are going to be for your videos to look presentable, as well as keeping up just a little bit. Do not compare yourself with any other content creator that is making far more than you. Live within your means. That 4,000 rand, live within it. Let it work for you. And I am telling you, you are going to be a happy content creator on the platform. Suppose that you are earning about $1,000 a month on YouTube. That is about 17,300 and something rand. That is actually almost double what you would have earned if you were earning $500. Now we are talking bigger savings. In most cases in South Africa, people usually play what you call stokvels. This is like a community saving club or some sort. You can take 2,000 rand out of that money and put it in a stokvel, and just every month you make sure that the 2,000 rand goes there, as long as you are making about $1,000 a month. Of course, your household contribution is also going to increase a little bit, maybe to about 5,000 to 6,000 rand, depending on the needs of your household and the number of people in your household. As well as, do not forget to also improve your own life one way or the other by enrolling for a course of something to get a diploma or a degree in that, because sometimes you need to think far ahead, because you're not going to be a content creator for the rest of your life. I don't know, maybe you might be, but I'm just thinking that what if YouTube closes its doors and then you do not have a certificate or a diploma or a degree in something? So take some of that money and put it towards your education or some kind of training to also enhance and give you that balancing foot should anything happen to your YouTube channel, because sometimes you have hackers, and when you have hackers, it is because you allowed yourself by not being suspicious. And I know I'm victim blaming here, but it's important that I do that. That whenever you get an email that says let's collaborate and there's a link that you need to click on, don't do it. Don't click on that link. They are hijacking your YouTube channel, your source of income, probably your prime source of income. Do not click on that link, because you are going to lose your YouTube channel. Even if they come in a different form by going to your Instagram and DMing you that link, do not touch it. Delete that, especially if your gut is telling you that this is a scam. It is a scam. do your due diligence by making sure that you investigate this proposal by a brand that you think is suspiciously when approaching you, maybe because they want to hijack your channel. So let's suppose that you do that mistake and you lose your channel. At least you know you have something to fall back on, like a degree or a diploma. So just make sure that you also always invest in yourself, not only on your YouTube channel, in yourself, and also take some few of your family members' kids to school so that they themselves do not find themselves in a very dire straight position in life. So that is what I simply believe that makes a full-time content creator on YouTube in an African context. The reason why I'm giving South Africa as a benchmark, that's because the rand, I believe, is one of the powerful currencies on the African continent. You can then utilize the rand to your own currency in your respective countries to determine what will make you a full-time content creator. However, if you live in an expensive African country where everything is expensive, probably your earnings that will determine you into a full-time content creator will be probably earning around $800 to $1,000, or $1,000 to $2,000. Yes, probably that might determine you as a full-time content creator, where you don't have to worry about going to seek for a job, because now you are self-employed. However, if you live outside of the African continent, of course, now we are talking very expensive quality of life. Therefore, I believe if you start earning around $4,000 to $6,000 a month, probably that may determine you into a full-time content creator. But I don't think $4,000 is enough living in the US or Canada, for that matter, or even in the UK. I think maybe from $6,000 going up, that will determine you becoming a content creator, I mean, a full-time content creator. However, it does not mean that if you are earning $2,000 and you are living at home unemployed, that does not determine you into a full-time content creator. Especially if you are provided for in your family, then I don't think you have anything to worry about that, as long as you are contributing something from what you are making out of YouTube. So savings is also important as a content creator, so that if anything should ever happen, you know you are well, that you have a cushion to go to and get yourself the landing, so that you can restart something else, or maybe open a side hustle or open a business of your own. Because again, as a content creator, you must always be thinking of other streams of income, like affiliate marketing, digital product, digital services, digital courses. All of those things are part and parcel of you in contributing to your full time as a content creator on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever the case might be.